We've got spirit. Yes, we do.
We've got spirit. How about you?
Yay. Hang on for the loop.
4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
I'm Ricky.
I'm Jamie. Ricky, would you say that you are a good sport? I think that you are, but would you say that you are?
Well, thank you, Jamie. Yes, I think I am a good sport. I'm just not good at sports.
I see the conundrum. When it comes to me, I think that I am a good sport with other players. I like to encourage them. Good job, but I'm hard on myself.
Oh, yeah. No, I get that. No, it can be tough to do that, but I think you're a good sport for acknowledging that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Whether you are playing a board game or a sport or any competition, the way that you play a game can be an indicator of your character.
That moment after you win or lose can tell a lot.
Are you a sore loser?
Do you brag about your wins?
Just like Judge Franklin Bean says, being a good sport is more than just a good game, good game.
Sorry, what's this about beans?
Oh, Judge Franklin Beans, the hot dog judge. You know, I like to watch him in the afternoon.
Yeah, I remember.
In fact, I think it's coming on right now. Can we change the channel?
We have the show.
In 1984, a young law student left the library with a stack of law books. It was storming hard, and as he was passing a nearby hot dog cart, he was struck by lightning. When he awoke, he found his brain was filled with knowledge and his body had changed. He became Judge Franklin Beans.
I'm a good judge of character.
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Franklin Beans. The characters are real. The cases are strange. The rulings are final.
Coaches, you're both here because your competition with each other has gone too far.
People love it when we play each other every year.
They love it because we always win.
No, because they cheat, or pay off the refs, or practice more than we do.
Every year the rivalry goes too far. You've both been ejected many times for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Are you talking about the time when I whipped that playing card table like a Frisbee at the ref's neck?
or the time that I hired a skyrider to fly over the game and write, "Your mother is disappointed in you, David."
David was the ref's name.
Or the time that I cut the brakes.
I'm talking about all of the times that you've been disrespectful to the refs, to the players, and to the crowd.
We can't control the crowd.
Yeah, everybody goes nuts. Even my 83-year-old grandmother turns into a real monster. She paints her face blue and wears vampire teeth.
I didn't know you were related to the Grandpire.
This says you both start crowd chants. Who is responsible for SAD, SAD, the other team is sad? And who started the chant, "We're the best, we can't be beat, we'll be waiting for you in the parking lot"?
Guilty.
It doesn't even rhyme. At least mine spelled something.
Sad. You spelled sad. You're proud of that?
Yeah, I am.
Well, I have a chant for you. Though I look like a concession, it is time to learn your lesson. Lead, lead, be an example and lead.
Kind of SAD, if you ask me.
And I got a chant for you. Hot dogs, get your judgmental hot dogs here.
Whether you're a coach or a player or a ref or a part of the crowd, we all have a part to play in showing honor to each other, regardless of the rivalry or the arena. People are watching to see what you do.
Yeah, I guess those kids do look up to us.
Kids?
We coach 7-year-old kids.
Yeah, been doing it for years.
If you want to continue, I sentence you to play with dignity and lead with humility.
Final call?
Yeah, can we get a review on that?
The ruling stands.
I gotta go with the judge on this one.
Yeah, same. Thanks for the pep talk, Frank.
Yeah, when he blew that whistle, did you want to, like, run a laugh or do...
Hey Loop Show, it's Reagan, and it is so great to be back with you guys again. Recently, my sister and I were talking about one of our favorite childhood memories. I was probably about 10 or 11 when this happened. My family had all signed up to do a triathlon. Now, if you don't know what a triathlon is, it's basically just a race where you swim, and then you bike, and then you run to the finish line. I had trained, I was excited, I thought I was gonna do so great. And turns out I maybe should have trained a little bit harder. I got last place on this race, like actually last place. My brothers always would make fun of me and say that they were packing up the finish line by the time that I crossed it. There was no music playing, no one cheering, because I was the last person to do this race. But I wanted to finish, and I wanted to complete the race that I'd said I was going to run. I wanted to finish and get that medal and be able to go home knowing that I had done what I said I was going to do. In 1 Corinthians 9, verses 24 through 27, Paul talks about serving everyone everywhere by sharing the good news of the gospel. This good news he compares to a race. He says this, "Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one receives the prize? So run that you may obtain it. Every athlete exercises self-control in all things. They do it to receive a perishable wreath, but we an imperishable. So I do not run aimlessly. I do not box as one beating the air, but I discipline my body and keep it under control, lest after preaching to others, I myself should be disqualified." He says that we should run our race to share the good news of God with others. We commit, we train, we are disciplined, and we reflect on our behavior in order that we may understand the race that we have been called to run. Paul says that we're not doing this for a trophy or medal that I so badly wanted, like the one at my race. But we're doing this in order to serve others everywhere with the good news of the gospel. We've committed to running our race well. So go out and share the good news of the gospel and run your race well and show others the love of God.
We've been transported to a stadium!
And I see the teleprompter over there.
Uh-oh, you know what that means. Oh, hello, Mystery Hand.
Go team!
Go sports.
Across 2 rounds, follow the teleprompter and say every word you see there. But be warned, sports is serious. No laughs are allowed. If you smile or react at all while the segment is being filmed, you will lose a point. The winner gets a chance to show off their victory dance, and the not winner gets a chilly celebration dumped on them.
Oh, no.
It's the Try Not to Laugh Sports Edition!
Woohoo! Round 1, sports commentary.
Okay, so everything that we are about to read, we have never seen before. Are you ready?
I'm so ready. This is my favorite.
Let's go!
Yay!
Welcome to the Championship Monday. I'm S'more Snores.
And I'm Fredo Birds. We're down here on the big grass patch after a wild first half.
We've seen it all. Tackles, tickles, and a disturbing amount of Jar Jar Binks attacks.
Yep, he's out there and he's hungry. This is really anybody's game.
Big thanks from the bottom of our cold day hearts to Miss Anybody for creating this game.
Big news. So, you know how the halftime show was supposed to be the itchy old man marching band?
Yeah?
It turns out they never learned to walk.
Really?
And they were chased off the field by a flock of territorial geese.
No!
And they got worms.
The geese or the band?
Yes.
Well, we're sending out lots of love to the itchy old man marching community. Fredo, what are you hoping to see in the second half?
Nothing. I'm not sticking around. I'm ready to retire to Skeleton Island, as they say. How about you, S'more?
In the second half, I'm going to screech and screech until I get nachos.
Haha, so true. So true. Now, how are we going to get out of here?
Let's send these evil geese back to the Stone Age. They punch their way off screen. Toby, it's so great to meet you and to have you here talking with us.
Hi, everyone. I'm Toby Owatomo. I am a physical therapist and an athletic trainer for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I love what I do, and I love God. We are there on scene at games, at practices. We make sure that athletes are just healthy every day. And if they're not, we're there in the back making sure that, we're getting them back to playing.
We're talking a lot about sportsmanship. How do you see sportsmanship playing a role outside of sports?
To me, sportsmanship means being a good teammate, loving the people around you, encouraging those around you, and being who you need others to be.
Very well said. I love that. Why do you think having that attitude in a team-like environment is so important?
You'll oftentimes see people say that like they learn to be a good person while being in sports. It's because sports just offers you so many opportunities to like display your character in a really positive way if you allow it to.
I think it's hard whenever people are going into a sports, like even just like a competition, like you want to be the winner. How do you go about that without it being all about like, look at how great I am, look at how amazing I am?
Sport is an opportunity, but it's not your entire life. I have my friends, I have God, most importantly. I have so much. I'm blessed. I have my family. And when you're able to peel back those layers, you just don't get caught up anymore in all that achievement and that praise. You have to be able to recognize like who you are outside of it.
Have you ever kind of felt like you have lost yourself and forgot to show respect to your teammates or referees?
One of my favorite things that somebody has ever told me was, remember at all times that the choice of how you react to a situation is always yours. When you respect others, you are walking on this earth as a living example of what Jesus would do. You love everybody and you show everybody that respect. And I'm telling you, life is better when you do that, even when it's hard. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I will say it's worth it to do it for sure.
What advice do you have for our loopsters on how they can be respectful?
I would say give it a try. Sports will always be a part of your life. It'll always be a thing. But what ends up really mattering is how you treat other people. Respecting your family, respecting your teammates, respecting your coaches, and just everyone around you. Showing like an exaggerated form of love and compassion and care for people. And just watch the way that your life becomes so much more beautiful.
You know those locker room pep talks that inspire the team to go out there and turn things around?
Yep.
Well, for round 2, we have to give inspirational halftime speeches.
Woohoo! Okay, but we have to stay hydrated out there. So while you give your speech, the other person has to have a big mouthful of water. So here we go.
Let's go! You make me so proud, you little rats. I don't want to get emotional. I'm so sad. After this game, I don't want to go home. I live at a Pizza Hut. They asked me several times to leave, but my stuff is there. No one out pizzas the coach. Look around at your teammates, but don't look at Eddie. They say if you look at him in the eye, you turn to stone. It's time to dig deep, guys. Use your nimble little rodent claws to scrabble in the dirt. Burrow into the mud. You nocturnal sewer children. Remember, the scoreboard doesn't define us. What truly defines us are the words like Gracie and intelligent mutant rats. I believe in you. You can do this. Team Chan on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Gather round, noodleheads. The odds are stacked against us. I wasn't gonna tell you this, but right before this game started, I found out I'm about to be a whole lot of trouble if we don't win today. The Supreme Court is here today! But it's just like Michael Jordan says. Bugs Bunny is also in this movie. Visualize success. Now visualize yourself sneezing while eating rice. It's everywhere. We got this. It's just a simple, harmless prank. I'll keep the ref distracted while you tie his shoelaces together, but don't get caught. The super creamed corn is here today. I'm so tired of running from my problems. Now, let's get out there and stare at our hands.
We're working on memorizing Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. And I've got another memorization tip for you. This one is to write it down. And whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. Now, another way that you can write it is actually like this. Now, you might be wondering, what on earth is on this board? If you look closely, you'll see that every letter is the first letter of one of the words in this verse. And so what you're doing is you're shortening a little bit, but making your brain do a tiny bit more work to help you memorize it better. So, and whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. That's another fun way to write it out and practice memorizing. Now, a few more things that are helpful to know about this verse is that it was written by Paul. He wrote it in a letter to a church. That's a group of real people. And chapters 3 and 4 specifically are all about following Jesus. So if you want Jesus to shape your character, this teaching from Paul is one of many places that you can start reading. Now, personally, I love writing out verses word for word like this because it's just a really helpful way for me to think about it a little bit more and spend even more time on it. So one more time, Colossians chapter 3, verse 17, I want you to say it with me. And whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. So this week, let's all let our words and deeds point to Jesus.
All right, Ricky, so you laughed too much. So this is your chili celebration. Here we go.
Go, Jamie, go.
Yay! Oh my goodness. Here's my victory dance. Woohoo! Whee!
Good game,
chilly.
Jamie.
Good game, Ricky.
So, think about it. Are you showing respect to those around you?
In any competition, give it your all with service and respect.
We love a good try not to laugh challenge here on The Loop Show.
If you like this challenge, you have to check out the time we did book report.
Watch it and try not to laugh.
Okay, let's put our hands in, and on 3, we'll say, enjoy the ride.
All right.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, enjoy the ride!